Here you are. In the middle.
Hi, everyone. What's happening? Boy, there's a lot more people in the old days. See what happens? Sorry, Chris. Go for it, babe.
Hi, I'm Chris Whitmire, Managing Director of Communications for the USTA. Pleasure to have you guys here today. I'd like to special welcome for the movie The Battle of the Sexes, where we have the directors and many of the cast members. The directors, of course, joining us today, Jonathan Dayton, Valerie Faris, the stars of the show, Alan Cumming. I'll save the one in the middle for last. Emma Stone, Elizabeth Shue, and Austin Stoll. And of course, the inimitable Billie Jean King. Before we go to questions, tonight in front of the Women's Singles Championship, we will be having a special ceremony on the court honoring Billie for the 50th anniversary of her first win at the U.S. Nationals, obviously ultimately with the U.S. Open, four-time champion here among her 39 Grand Slam titles. Just so people know, Sarah Bareilles, who was originally announced as the performer, has come down with an illness and is being replaced by Sidney James Harcourt of Hamilton fame. The movie is going to be released in September. You'll hear some more details from Gary on that. But before we get to questioning, Billie, your thoughts on the 50th anniversary of this movie and just being here today?
Well, it's really overwhelming, but thank you for being here, first of all, and thank you to everyone here that had so much to do with the Battle of the Sexes. It's quite something. I hope all of you get a chance to see the movie. But 1967 was the last year of amateur tennis, and it was at West Side Tennis Club. And I knew by September, when our tournament is, that we would be going pro next year in 1968. It's something I'd fought for, and obviously many people fought for to change. So it was a very exciting year for me because I was 1967 was a very exciting year because I was looking forward to 1968 finally being the way I wanted it, professional. To me, professional meant good, really great, and amateur meant you weren't so good. So I was thrilled. I was very fortunate to have great partners like Rosie Casals and I. That was the first time we'd won this tournament together in women's doubles and in mixed doubles with Owen Davidson, the lefty from Australia, Davis Cupper, who I adore and still adore, and I adore Rosie. So I am very fortunate to have stayed friends with them throughout our careers and our lives, and so without them, they made me really look good that year, and I really appreciate it. And I played Ann Hayden-Jones in the finals. I know it was a long first set, I think 11-9. People keep telling me the scores because I never remember even who I play, so I had to look it up, I'll be honest. So it was Ann Hayden-Jones. I think it was 11-9, 6-4. So it was a great match. It was also the first year that Clark Gravener and I used the T2000, the Wilson T2000 racket, which was really a really innovative thing at the time. So that was also an added addition and really a lot of fun to the process. So anyway, it was a great year. And now look where we are here. It's amazing. And we have two American women today. I'm really excited about Madison and Sloan being out there. So anyway, thank you for being here, all of you.
Thank you very much. One course of business first. Fox Searchlight will be releasing this film in selected cities on September 22nd and will be released nationally on September 29th. Please wait to be recognized. We have a lot of people here. One question. Please try to make it short and direct. No soliloquies. You know who Billie Jean is, you know everybody on the panel. You know everybody saw the originals in 1973. Short and direct. Bill, you can start it.
This is for you, Emma. Welcome to the Billie Jean King National Tennis Center. Billie is such a well-known figure. She's known for that infectious, go-for-it quality. She has this feisty determination, which is so special. How did you capture her inflection, and how did you capture that quality of our Billie Jean?
Well, I could never live up to Billie Jean King, so I had to take that off the table. I knew that the best I could do was to study her as much as possible and to try to capture her essence more than anything, that spirit that you're talking about, to bring that to life in a realistic way and not do an impression of someone who is truly, as you said, inimitable. So I think that infectious quality, that quote that Billie Jean says often, that interesting people are interested. She asks everybody about themselves. She wants to learn about everyone's story. She truly loves people. She is a true humanitarian, and I think that spirit was vital to try to even get the edges of. But I could never quite live up to the Billie Jean.
Emma, here, Billie said that she was thrilled with the way you portrayed her, but how difficult was it for you, compared to other roles like The Help or La La Land or whatever, and how different was it and difficult was it to play that role?
Well, it's my first time playing a real person, and that person is, as I said before, Billie Jean King. So it was the pressure of that, and wanting to do right by her was definitely immense. But there couldn't be a more supportive person in that circumstance. She's a coach, and immediately when we met, she said, "You like to dance? Well, the tennis court is my stage. You know what it feels like to be on stage and to perform. And those moments that you're on the court, everything else is gone. All the struggles of your life, any pain you're going through, anything is gone. And it's just between you, and you just watch the ball." And that simplification of something that obviously is so complex and difficult was immensely helpful. So I just tried to take it one day at a time and genuinely keep my eye on the ball in any moment.
Excellent.
Emma, some of us have known and loved Billie for many, many years, but I have to assume that you did not know much about her growing up, or did you? And when did you first hear about her, and what did you hear about that match?
Well, I had heard many bits about Billie Jean King and the Battle of the Sexes throughout my life, but this was really where the rubber met the road, and I had to get into the nitty-gritty details. I can tell you a lot of details about Billie Jean King, I'll tell you that. She can tell you a lot of details about me, too, because she asks all the questions. Exactly. So it was really, diving in. The wonderful thing was that what I got to focus on, and I didn't even really realize this in the moment, but when I first met her, I thought, I'll talk to her about everything and I'll get all of her insight on everything. And after a little bit, it started to become clear that I needed to go to age early 30s and before and read those interviews and watch that footage and see what happens before someone has the benefit of all these years of retrospect and understanding of their journey. So it's lucky that I am the same age that she was when she was going through this, because I can relate to a lot of the internal confusion and wondering where you're headed next. And so that was, it was mostly learning a lot about that specific time period of her life. And then now, of course, much more.
So I was wondering why.
Oh my goodness.
What was your relationship with tennis before shooting the movie, and what is it after? Okay. Did you used to play? Are you sick of it?
This is a good question for Elizabeth.
Elizabeth is the crazy one about tennis, by the way.
She is
our tennis player.
Yes, she
She's
is.
our tennis nut, just so you know.
Very good tennis player.
Come on. Go ahead.
I had played a little bit when I was 12. In the summer, maybe 3 times, and then I went on the court with Billie Jean, and she basically threw the ball. I was like a golden retriever, and she said, "Just follow the ball, catch the ball, catch the ball." It was throwing me the ball, and it really became, I was a novice, and I was just practicing as much as possible. Or also, it was incredible to have the doubles that we had in this film. Caitlin Christian and Vince Spadia were amazing, and that was really, comforting to know that I could focus on the details of how she bounced her ball, or the beginning of her serve, or her backhand, and could really try to perfect moments rather than become the number one pro player. But you should have done it.
I couldn't have done it either. Nobody can be number one in the world. Really, nobody can say that but you.
But you love tennis.
I do love tennis. Yes, I love tennis. I've tried very hard to play tennis.
Don't you play every day? Or almost? She plays every day, you guys. I'm so jealous. Envious. Envious is the right word.
Talk about your physicality.
Oh no.
She really pumped up. Ooh, pump, girly man. She pumped. She really. You did. You worked out so hard, man.
And she'd do push-ups on the set. Like she was worried that
she
her
was
muscles were getting a little too small. So
She was
she'd
totally
start pumping.
puffed, man. She was like pumping up.
The getting Buffalo, yeah.
Billie Jean is known for your fight for equality and for equal pay, and I'm wondering in Hollywood to what degree do you think that's still an issue, especially with directorial opportunity for women?
Valerie?
I mean, women directors, yeah. We're still like, I don't know, a seventh of, the directing, working directors. But yeah, I think, hopefully things like this help change it, but it's an ongoing battle, and we need to support women directors. There are a lot of great ones out there, and I think they're making great movies. It's hard. It's just a matter of just trying to support them in what we do. I mean, that's what impressed us about Billie Jean. She took in her field where she had a voice, she made a difference, and I think that's what we're all trying to do as well with the voice that we have.
To the two directors, what was it about this story that really drew you to want to make it? Because, you obviously have lots of stories come your way, and there are lots of opportunities.
Well, we both remember the original match, but what really drew us to this project was the more we learned about Billie Jean's personal life during this period. And just that, you can be this important public figure, but we all need to know the details of what it's really like to be on the ground, and how courageous Billie Jean was in every aspect of her life.
And knowing that she was under so much pressure during this period, that was what kind of shocked us, was to learn during that time leading up to the match all that she was dealing with personally, and then at the same time, starting the Women's Tennis Association, and doing all of that and sticking to it and not giving up is just an incredible message and story.
I understand Howard Cosell that you didn't hire an actor to play Howard Cosell. I was just curious the thought behind that, because I remember him being a key part of the telecast.
That was really important to us, because you've seen him portrayed in movies, but it's always this dissonance between the great Howard and then some imitator. And so we approached his estate and asked them if they would allow us to use his image and his voice. And so we really used that. We shaped the match to work with his commentary. So everything you hear is the real Howard, what he said, it's quite telling. I mean, he was a relatively progressive guy, but in that time he said some things that today seem a little shocking.
Like she's walking more like a male than a female, Just
No, he talked about my looks when I was coming out on that Egyptian litter. He didn't talk about one thing about my accomplishment, not one thing. And I was like, really? I didn't see that. I never looked at the tape of that match until about 25 or 30 years later. So when I saw that, I went, gulp. I went, seriously?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Whoever is being brought out, talk about what they've done with their lives besides, if they cut their hair and take their glasses off, they can be in Hollywood. Seriously? I mean, that just tells you, but that is so revealing of the times and what we're dealing with in a daily way. Oh, it it was that really. I had no idea he said that until 25 years later. Thank God. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Alan, you played Ted Tinling, who was a beloved figure to some of us, really beloved. How difficult was it? You obviously never met him, you didn't know him, but how did you research the great Ted Tinling?
Oh, well, YouTube is a great thing, of course. So I saw a lot of... it was actually quite fascinating to see these videos of him presenting his designs and everything. So it gave me an understanding of the way that fashion in tennis was perceived in those days. And I spoke to Billie Jean and Ilana a bit about him. And it's actually great to sort of take someone and you have a certain side of them that is probably a little hackneyed and a little sort of cliched in terms of the stuff that's available on YouTube, and then be able to sort of humanize them, and then within the structure of the film, he kind of is this sort of support to Billie Jean about that side of her life that she's struggling with. So it was really lovely to take sort of a two-dimensional person to me and make them into three-dimensional.
We'll take two more.
Billie, having seen the film the other...
Talk to me? I want you to talk to them. What?
Having seen the film the other day, would you say it's not really just a tennis film?
It's not just a tennis film.
It's a film about the social conscience of that.
Absolutely.
That
It's about what the match was about. It was about social change. It was about what was going on then and where I at least wanted life to go. And also the wonderful thing about the movie, one thing I did ask Jonathan and Valerie, could you at least put the original 9 in there? And I thought the way they put them in was just amazing. They were so funny. Rosie was a smart ass as usual. With Natalie Morales has done a great job. Rosie got a text from her. She's so excited. She's going to meet her in L.A. It's so sweet. So, and I think getting Ted in it and just, getting Larry. I mean, look at Austin. I mean, Jesus. I mean, you can look at, all you have to do is just look at him every day. And then I thought, and then you get to Bobby Riggs, how Steve Carell was so wonderful, so accurate with his, and so authentic on the many layers of Bobby Riggs. Bobby just wasn't this guy yet. You see the backstory of Bobby and really understand his personal life so much better and the challenges he was going through. And you see my challenges, you see Larry's challenges, and then you see Priscilla, who's Elizabeth, Bobby's wife, and you did an amazing job. And it's not just a tennis movie, no. It's really about social change. It was also the inner struggles that we all go through. Me, obviously, with my sexuality, and Bobby trying to cling on to his marriage and having gambling problems. But there's a lot of humor in it, too, which was great. There was really a wonderful balance. But I think every actor here and the other ones that aren't here, and Jonathan and Valerie and everyone, Simon Beaufoy, who's the writer, who's also an Academy Award winner with Slumdog. I mean, everyone, it's just what a great team. I love team sports. So for me, this is just perfect. I've got to meet almost everyone now, and they're like family. They're just wonderful people, but they just did such a great job on this. They really captured the essence of that time, and Emma captured what I was feeling so well. I mean, it's frightening that somebody can do that. It was really eerie, actually. I'm just excited for everyone, and I hope this movie is relevant. I hope it helps younger people to know the story, but more importantly, what are we going to do with now and the future? And I hope it'll help everyone in some way. And I hope if even one person becomes more comfortable in their own skin from this, then that's also really going to be helpful. So we can all be our authentic self is really important. It really speaks loudly to that.
Can't think of a better way to
Awesome.
Thanks. I hope you all get to see it. Thank you very much for being here.